we can do this. We can do things about this. And that just segues right into the mindsets that I want us to have. Here we have the stick game. I want us to move more from a mindset of randomness to a mindset of intentionality. All of you here either have managerial responsibilities, supervisor responsibilities, or definitely organizational influence. So if you move from randomness to intentionality and you look for things that are random throughout the organization and you make them intentional, then you're helping everybody create time efficiency. I'll give you the example. Man, if we just knew who did what, well, we all know what the answer to that is we need a list. Somebody in a branch manager position can say, yeah, but I'm just a branch manager. What impact could I have if I come up with the list? Well, I think you could have an enormous amount of impact. Share it with another branch manager and say, hey, we put together this list because we are tired of wasting time. See, there's the randomness becoming intentional. We're moving things away from randomness because I, as a branch manager, saw that we're spending a lot of time doing A, B, C. Why don't I take it upon myself? You know your team is wasting time, so you have to be more proactive. Then you go, okay, wait a minute. That happens a lot. Triaging, that happens a lot. It happens again over here. It happens again over here. I got 5 people and we spend easily 30 minutes a day doing it. You know what? I'm going to move us from randomness in this area and I'm going to intentionally do something about it. That's how we get ahead. And that's how we all contribute. And then we share that information with another department or with another, say, look what I got. And ultimately you want to put that on your intranet and say, all right, everybody, here is the list that we need everyone to follow and use this and keep it updated. That's an example of moving from random to intentionality. Otherwise, it's going to stay random. So the mindset has to be of organizing the sticks instead of letting the sticks be all over the place. All right, the second mindset is one of overwhelmingness to making it doable. That's a picture of a tsunami. When you see a tsunami, what do?
You run.
Right. Why? Why do you run?
You got to get to higher ground.
Can you do anything about that tsunami? No, you can't surf it. You can't outrun it. You can't swim on it. You are going to be flooding. The habits that we have in corporate America are so overwhelmingly big, and they have been so overwhelmingly accepted as normal that we all now have the attitude of, oh, well, it's a defeatist attitude. And we let this thing, this tsunami overwhelm us instead of taking higher ground and getting ahead of it and not overwhelm us. And we have to have this mindset that, no, I will not get overwhelmed by the tsunami that everybody loves to have, because this isn't just happening by accident. There is a reason for it, which we're about to cover. We're not going to try to ride it. We're going to get ahead of it because we know what a tsunami looks like. We know that when the water starts pulling back, that's not the time to say, I wonder what this is. Oh, look at that. You ever seen dry ground on the ocean? Check it out. Look at the pebbles. Oh, look at the oysters. Oh, look at all the animals. I wonder, hey, honey, is this a tsunami? See, by that time, it's done. Because you didn't see the signals. You didn't see the things that were yelling at you. Run. All right, ready, y'all? Every week, something happens in corporate America. Every week, something happens in corporate America that is yelling and screaming to us that your time is about to be ruined, that all the goals that you've set are about to be shot, that what's going to happen the next 3 days, everything you've been trying to get ahead of, it's about to get washed over. And we all sit there and just go along because we feel that there's no out. There's no way that we're going to get ahead of this. So what am I telling you? Come on. What are y'all hearing me say? You have to recognize the signals. I'll give them to you today. They're very obvious, and do something about it. And then the final mindset is kind of like when you're driving, it's defense driving. You know that driving is half the time proactive and then half the time it's what? Defensive. Is it true that on the road, the way that you drive, if you don't do certain things right, you attract hazards? For example, if you're coming to the corner and you know you're going to take a right, but when you get to the corner, you keep the car at 90-degree parallel instead of moving the car a little to the right. Everyone knows that when you get to a corner, you turn turn your car a little bit to that angle to let everybody know by body language, I'm headed that way, whether you put your blinkers or not. Does everybody agree with that? Okay. Does everybody also agree that when you make a turn into a high moving highway, you better step on it? Because if you don't step on it, you're going to cause others to do certain things, and then you're going to yell at them, go, yeah, but you're the one that caused that. In time management, we're constantly doing that to each other, and we're not recognizing that the way we let our dominoes fall this way. And so we have to move away from being reactive to being watchful. Let's watch myself and let's watch others. Oh, I see. She's a morning person. She likes to work here early in the morning. She does her list in the morning. We watch for behaviors of time, and then we watch for our behavior, and it doesn't become that it's our fault. It just becomes that it's sharing the road with each other. So these are the mindsets I want us to have. Here's the first value to adopt and the first habit to discontinue. Your disorganization on your part should not constitute emergency on mine. See, that's a mic drop. I'm going to say that again. Interruptions is simply the lack of somebody else to plan becomes my emergency. And that my disorganization should not constitute an emergency on your part. See, it kind of looks like this. Hey, look, I need to talk to you about it. I need this report. And I act totally like it just came out of nowhere. No, I knew I needed that report last week. And I know I should have contacted you last week. I should have told you 2 weeks ago when I needed the report, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait till Monday or Tuesday because I need it Wednesday. And then I'm just going to walk in and interrupt you. And we don't acknowledge the fact that we know we're constantly last minute each other. That's what a broadside is. You broadside somebody else, and yet you act like I just found out about it. So I'm having to put pressure on you because I just found about it. When you know 90% of the time you knew about this, acknowledge it. The other person knows you're doing it to them anyway, but you're acting like you didn't know. And so acknowledging is part of sharing the road, because what bothers us is that we're flooding each other's time. We all do it to each other. In corporate America, we have all been trained to interrupt one another. We're all addicted to interruptions. Everything's last minute. We do it to them just as well. Is saying to yourself, I'm not going to play that game. I am going to get out of interrupting people, and I am going to slowly train myself and train others that I triage interruptions. Therefore, the habit I'm going to encourage you is stop broadsiding each other. Hey, everybody, great job making it through this. Go to the next module. Let's get moving to the next levels. Good luck. And again, thank you for joining the program. Honored to help you.